across the whole board.
What's the numbers that are written at the top of these then? What's
Well,
the 193, 152?
I was totaling up the whole project. The 152 would be for everything.
But this one's missing.
Right, that one's
center
missing.
and
That's why it just says the police, the police, cemetery, and library. The other one's got the cover. That's to do the impound lot, the parking lot of the police station, and the cemetery drive,
72 plus the last one.
which would make it 95.3 with the library. I guess I should have put them in better order. The library is 22.8 with the concrete work and asphalt.
94, 95, 3.
Now here's a list of all. I already got them all figured out.
So 95, 3 for those three.
Yes.
All right.
Because that way I compared Cardinal's price with everybody's. Because he gave me the prices on the three. Like he said, they're done with work. Pretty much getting work this year. Because Buttermilk Ridge will start about the middle of September to the end of September.
Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call the special Brimfield Township special meeting to order on September 1st at 5 p.m. Roll call for attendance,
All
please.
those in attendance, Nick,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Mike is absent, so we do have a quorum.
All right, any announcement or correspondences?
No.
Okay, hearing none. We have no meeting guests today. Meeting minutes we will table till next meeting. I will accept a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved.
I will second that. Any amendments or changes to the agenda for today? It's just a driveway park.
No.
Okay. Hearing none, roll call for acceptance of the agenda.
Those in approval, Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right. We have no purchase orders or warrants. We'll open the floor up to public comments, which there are none at this point. Safety concerns. Any safety concerns that we need to address before the beginning of the business portion?
No.
Okay, hearing none, we'll move right into the road department. Dave, floor is yours about driveway paving projects.
Yeah, I was asked to get quotes for the driveway paving projects for the police station, cemetery, library, and community center and Kelso House. Our proposal to the board is to move forward with 3 of the projects, will be the police department, cemetery, and library for the time being. At the quotes I got from 3 different companies, from S&K Asphalt, Sable, and Cardinal Asphalt Company. And of course, I gave John my paperwork.
What do you need?
The prices.
95.3.
Yeah, so
95.3 was our best price from S&K Asphalt Company from Akron. And I'd like, if the board wants to move forward with the 3 projects, I'd like to be able to move forward and lock it into the company to get it ready to establish to go.
just for,
I'd like to make that motion.
we have to read it in a certain way because we got to do the special ARPA funding motion.
Okay.
Before we do that, John, do we need to,
Second for discussion, so we'll just talk.
okay, I'll second for discussion. Do we need to do these as separate motions?
I don't believe so, because they're all under the same category of infrastructure for,
Okay. We didn't, but do we have to do bid specs if it goes over a certain price?
but we did go out to bid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if it's like the road where we have to,
No, they're not sealed bids or anything
Okay.
like that, right? But we
Okay.
did go out to bid and got 3 bids. This would be general government administration and administrative facilities, and we could do the repair of safety services would fall into that. Maintenance would be the cemetery.
Yeah.
Maintenance would be the library, so it would be these 2.
okay.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Dave, on these quotes, can you just walk me through real quick what we're doing at the police department, the cemetery, and the library?
Okay, at the police department, we're going to mill the parking lot down 2 inches.
Okay.
Some of the lower areas, they'll get a leveling course to make everything level. And then we'll do a compact 2.5 inch on top.
Okay.
Because most of it will get a half inch leveling course through everything we mill, just to give it a good base. Plus at the police station, we're gonna take a gravelled area out between the impound lot and the asphalt parking lot, and to get that completely paved with 4 inches of asphalt. And the impound lot itself, we are actually gonna asphalt the impound lot with 4 inches of asphalt.
Okay. So everything will be asphalt.
Everything will be asphalt there.
Okay. All right. That's what I was looking for.
The cemetery, we're just going to put a 2-inch course on top, a finished course, all the way across from the police station out to 43. So what they'll do is they'll put a tack coat down and put just 2 inches of asphalt right across the whole top.
Okay.
What we do is we don't want to mill that because we're not sure how thick the asphalt is. So if you start milling 2 inches, it might be in dirt.
Okay.
Now this is going to be like the base.
Okay.
What's there now, we'll put a top 2 inches on top of that, tack it on, and it'll give like you have a base asphalt on top of asphalt.
Do you burn that stuff there too?
What's that?
Do you burn that on there so the water doesn't get underneath it?
Well, that's when they get done with that, we'll have to probably put a little bit of material on the side.
Do
take
we
care
do
of
that? Okay.
Yeah, because it'll just be topsoil.
Is it just from the police department? Are we doing both sides of 43 coming in and out of it?
No,
or
just from the police department, the entrance of the cemetery.
to the entrance to the cemetery? The backside we're leaving alone for now.
We're leaving the backside alone because we're gonna look into putting a leveling course maybe down next year
Okay.
and putting a chip and seal through everything else on the backside.
They're not highly traveled back there.
Right. Yeah, I was just trying to picture in my head what was getting covered. Okay.
Then from there, that would take care of the first 2 jobs. And then library, we have to remove the sidewalk and the curb, which is all poured into one, and replace it because of spalding and big cracks in it and stuff. There's no reason to do the parking lot and try to come back and do the concrete, because the concrete, then you would rip up the parking lot.
Okay.
Because it is a curb, it goes into the asphalt. So we're gonna replace all the concrete work first, and then they are going to put a 2-inch cap on top of that parking lot. Because we're in the same thing as the cemetery. There's not much asphalt to mill, so we're gonna use the old asphalt as a base. put like a leveling course and then an inch and a half top. So you'll have a 1/2 inch level, inch and a half top.
Okay.
So.
Dave, just a question here. I don't know. When we pave streets, like a main road, is that 448 T1? Is that the same kind of stuff they use, or is it different?
Yep. Nope, it's the same stuff.
Okay. And all those bids I'm looking at here all had the same. So everything is the same pretty much from the equipment there, the material they're using?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. These guys all know parking lots. I mean, these guys they're all 3 reputable companies and they really do good work in parking lots. So they come up with the asphalt types. I mean, of course you can see everybody coming with the same thing.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, so everything's pretty much the same. Like the police station, when it's done, it'll get striped. Everything will get striped back the way it was. Plus new striping in the part in the back, or not.
Okay. You striped the library also?
Library, I can't remember. I think I missed that one because there's actually not no striping there now.
Okay.
So I can talk to Nick and if we go with S&K and have them stripe that. It's not going to be that big of an expense. We're only looking at maybe 6 to 8 stripes.
Right.
Because there's not much of a parking lot.
Right.
So.
Do they have any problems doing it this year still?
Well, that's where right now we're looking at sometime in the middle of October to November. If something would happen weather-wise, somebody get a early bad weather, yeah, it'll probably be shut down for the year. That's why we kind of want to lock in now. I mean, if something does, say a couple of their jobs cancel, we're locked in, well, they can come to us, so.
Right.
But there's no guarantee. It all depends on the weather. If all of a sudden everything goes nuts in October, well, I have to have fairness crossed with a couple road projects that time too. So
Right.
normally how do you say it? Normally you can do parking lots later than you can do roadways.
Okay.
Is what it is because you don't have the traffic in the parking lot as much as you do a road.
Right.
So.
So, and then just a FYI on our money. So that would be, if we did that,
And this is ARPA funding for this project?
yes, entirely. So we had $1,074,000. And then we were 468. Hold on. $1,074,000 minus 468 minus 95,300. So 510.
It should be minus 72.5. Right? Or no?
Just
90.
Oh, no, 95. Yep, you're right.
So we should have 510 remaining after that of our ARPA money.
Yes.
And we had 4 projects. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the second one that would be done.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we have to think about, and Dave, I don't know if you know the answer to this. What's a rehab of a building cost? I mean, that's kind of a hard question, but
Well, that's all depends what's inside. I have never seen the inside of that. It just depends. It depends on your floor plan you want to do. I mean, I've heard it's got a lot of little rooms in it,
It's just 4 big rooms.
4 big rooms.
Yep, and the idea is to take it down to one massive room, one big
That's-
room. So you're looking at 2 walls.
You're looking at, you got to also look at what's a load bearing wall. They could change a lot of things. I'm not much of a carpenter when it comes.
I'm just trying to get a guess on how much we have left of that because we have 510. If we got
Well, we know the pavilion's about 100.
right, and then if we spend, let's just even say we spent 100.
Well, that would,
Rehab.
I hate to say without looking at it, to remodel depending on what you want, you're probably pushing 75 to 100.
So even if we did 100, and we're down to 310, it's going to be 100 and low 100s, or we don't proceed with it.
Right.
Was there another project besides that, except for these 2 other paving jobs, right? That was the only thing we had out there.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had any money left over was to hold, and then there was some other stuff for Parks and Rec in the future, but not right now.
Nothing big.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'm good with doing the 95 for that.
Okay.
Well, since we're in discussion on the motion, I just want you to know that Dave and I met and he went over all this with me and I thoroughly understand what we're talking about.
So we should still be good with
Yeah.
everything we gotta do. I mean, and we'll have some left over. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't skipping out and missing one of the projects we had scheduled for that month. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that, so.
So I'd like to amend the motion then, just to be the ARPA resolution language here. So the motion will read as, whereas the township has received a distribution of monies, the ARPA funds from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, whereas Congress passed the act effective March 11th, 2021, and whereas Section 603 created the Coronavirus Local Recovery Fund, which among other things appropriated monies to cities, non-entitlement units of local governments, and counties to mitigate the fiscal efforts stemming from public health emergencies with respect to the coronavirus COVID-19. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved by the board that the project described herein serves the objectives of the act by providing services traditionally provided by a government, namely road repair, maintenance, and other transportation and safety issues, and general government administration and administrative facilities, to do the work for the paving project of police parking lot, cemetery drive, and library parking lot and sidewalk. So that's the amended motion. For the project not to be awarded to S&K Asphalt and Concrete Incorporated, not to exceed $95,300.
Okay. Nick, is that the motion you're making?
Yeah, it's the amended motion.
Okay.
Now, can I say something?
Yeah, no, we can still talk. Yeah, we're just amending the motion so to make sure
Okay,
it's
well,
right.
what I'm looking at is, we might have to go a little bit more if I get the library straight.
Okay.
So I mean, I
So,
don't know if
We
we
can
want to
pay
just
for
go.
that out of something else if we wanted to, or if we had leftover money with that, we
I
can.
was gonna say if you wanted to amend it to 95. You know what I
Well,
mean?
we're at 95.3.
I mean, 96, I'm sorry, I just was going up to an even number.
Do you want to just work it out of that dollars to make it easier for you? So so the secondary amendment to the motion is make it 97. That leaves enough for the
All right.
97,000. Any further discussion on the amended motions? Okay, then hearing none, we'll call for a roll call vote of the motion with the amendments.
All right, Nick made that motion.
Sue made the motion.
Oh,
I
that's
amended
right,
the
she
motion.
did. Well, then you would have been the one making it.
It'd still be under her because we're amending her. Yep, 'cause
Okay.
yep.
All right.
Wrong language.
Let's do this one. All right, bear with me 1 second here. Okay, all those in favor, Nick,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
motion passed. So all we gotta do here is sign this and we're set.
All right. Now we're moving to for the good of the order for Brimfield Township. Anything else for the good of the order?
I have nothing.
no,
Just one, statement just for John, just for our next trustee meeting. I've had a few calls now from people looking for, when we're gonna do the tag sale on the community center. So there's some interest. So I don't know if we're starting to look towards maybe trying to set
And
it.
I left a message with Hannah and Sarah today, but I didn't hear back from them yet. I told them I had the key. So
Okay.
if they wanted to get her over, we could, I'll walk her through the building and she can pick up whatever she left.
Okay.
After that, I guess we just need to do an inventory, so
I don't know if you guys need help, if we need a day to come over and just kind of go through things and.
well, you guys
set
are
it in
always
piles.
welcome, but maybe I'll send the girls over there. Dave, do we have a dumpster in ours? Isn't there yet, but do we have a portable or can we throw stuff in the in the back of a truck and dump it in our dumpster?
Well, we could put it back in one of our, the little dump truck. We have a little cemetery
In
truck.
case we're just going through there and there's just, because I know there's a bunch of papers and a bunch of kids' papers that we're just gonna dump all that. Sue, as we mentioned, I'm gonna have
Yeah, Cassie said
boxes
she
for, boxes for anything that we find that has social security numbers or anything. We're gonna put them all in a box. Then we're gonna have a shredding meeting, a document meeting, and then we're just gonna destroy them. We're not even gonna send it to the Historical Society, because those are not our documents. All I want to do is make sure that they're in our possession now, and I want to just make sure that they're destroyed, and nothing in there would be of any value to the Historical Society.
Can we double check with JFS for if we need to retain any of those child records? Because there's a retention period of those. If we obtain them, I just want to make sure we don't burn something.
Does that become ours though, or should it have been?
Well, they left it to us, so I think if you were a private business, I'd be less worried about it, but as a government agency absorbing those records, and I think it's a very short retention period, but.
Yeah, because I just don't want somebody coming back saying they stole all our stuff out of there and they had social security numbers and now we've got our identity stolen and it's because of Brimfield Township. So we'll collect them all. I'll call Family Services to make sure that they don't want anything. I don't even know if we're gonna find anything, but if we do, I'm just gonna pile those. Then we'll throw out all the stuff that we deem garbage or broken, and then we'll inventory everything else so that we can decide what we want to do with the tag sale.
Okay.
But I'll get them started next week.
Okay. Yeah, there was just some questions from different entities.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't done anything with it yet.
Even the county called because they have a new daycare program they're starting. So they were.
There's cribs in there, there's rocking chairs, there's all kinds of stuff in there.
We'll be a dumpster there in 2 weeks.
I mean, really, we can just separate it in rooms and then just take it out to the dumpster.
That's true. Because it's just, there's a bunch of paper and a bunch of stuff that we're not going to keep. I mean, there's
Oh,
stacks of coloring books that they've colored in.
We have
get rid of
room
that.
for say the dumpster at my shop. I got the dumpster at the cemetery to put some stuff in. So,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna.
I don't even know how much we're gonna have, but in case it is, can I call you and you can bring that down? Because I don't think the dumpster's coming until, it might be here in a week.
16th.
16, 2 weeks then.
Well, that's the dumpster for the print fest.
No, we ordered a dumpster for the library as well.
Oh, okay. Because I know that the dumpster it's coming to 15, 16 for Brimfest.
Okay. Well, just a side note on that, we got all the water, sewer, electric, gas, and garbage taken care of.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
saw
all
that.
in our name now.
Yeah.
But the dumpster's coming out from Kimball, and then it should be there. Will they pave by a garbage dumpster more in there?
That's part of the project.
But did they put more in there because they got a dump truck pulling up there all the time? Or-
Well, I could amend to it and tell them to put more there.
Just
Like
thinking-
what they're gonna do, like what we need to do here with the asphalt, we're gonna have to call Kimball and tell them kind of wait a week. We don't want them coming in right after they do a turn on. That's the worst that can happen. So whenever they do pay, we're gonna look at Kimball and say, hey, you can't come in. Or we set the dumpster somewhere else and then we scoop it up with our forks and take it down by the road. And he just picks it up,
Well, would it be worth our while to set it in the back where the playground is in the meantime?
the dumpster.
Yeah, and they can pick it up from there, and then it's not visible for Brimfest because I don't want to move it out
Or
towards
you
the
can set it
street.
in the yard area there by that side door.
Yeah, but
Porch.
back towards the back there, kind of going towards our property.
Yeah, it's kind of soft in that ditch area.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna have that roadway closed during Brimfest. We'll go, maybe somebody talks to Cas Meadow, see if it's all right to set it on the asphalt driveway for the time being. And then it's not gonna cause a problem with cars going in and out. They can just go around the dumpster.
Well, and we just have to figure out when they're going to pay it too. They might not be able to come in until the
Well,
end
but
of
that's what
October or
I
something.
mean. You're looking at,
Well, I think right now
now,
it sits on a concrete pad, so they're not going to pave over that concrete pad, are they?
well, they'll pave up to that.
Up to it.
Yeah.
And that's already cracked up there going up to, the whole thing's messed up.
Yeah, but I think we just leave the dumpster there, and then when they pave it, we just tape off the driveway so Kimball, nobody else can pull in for over a week,
Right.
and then they can get in. We just won't have
Well, and I was just wondering if they put more asphalt over there by the dumpster, so, because that's where all the heavy equipment's gonna go.
Well,
Compared to the rest of the place.
There'll probably be more there because there's grooves there, because like I said, they'll put a leveling course first.
So the only reason I thought about it is my parking lot today over there, they're gonna do stuff, but they paved around the dumpster. That was the first thing they did. They put extra asphalt around the dumpster.
Oh, yeah, they'll beef up the area, but again, you hate to say it, these garbage trucks now, they're so huge, I don't think no matter how much you put,
Okay.
it just all depends on kind of the driver, the weather, the heat, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So,
All right.
All right, anything else? Nope. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Hey, all those in favor, Nick?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
We are adjourned at 5:21. Thank you both for making this happen today so we could get here. We didn't want the